Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. And today I want to talk about something a little bit different. I want to talk about makeup. That's right, even skincare addicts can be into makeup. So today I just want to show you like a typical full face but still very natural and soft makeup look that I would go for pretty much any time for filming or just when I want like a really nice, polished looking makeup look. This is what I would go for. And surprising for some of you guys out there, I do use a mixture of Western and Korean products. I am the queen or princess maybe of K-beauty for sure. But I do actually like quite a few different Western makeup products. So this is a very like 50-50 like Western and Korean full face makeup look. So if you guys are so ready to get into the little chatty routine, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. And I'm gonna start off with primer. Peach and Lily Skin Shield Blurring Primer. I talked about this in my August or July favorites, I think it was. And I really like this one as a makeup product. It's got some really good skincare ingredients in it, but quite honestly, it just works as a really nice kind of skin-friendly makeup product. I definitely was into makeup before I was into skincare, and this is one of the dilemmas that I have sort of faced as a skincare addict for life, you know what I mean? Which is, going in for really nice, gentle, skin-loving ingredients in my skincare products, but then like having no idea what was in my makeup products. So getting back to this primer, I really like it because it doesn't contain any essential oils, fragrances, or drying alcohols. It's got a nice sticky finish to it, like mildly sticky finish. And that's what's gonna allow my base makeup to stick to my face, stay in place, not slide all around and get all patchy and uneven. And that is something that I can definitely deal with, not only with putting on a lot of skincare products, but even though my skin is a little bit more dry and dehydrated, I still get a layer of oil, especially in my T-zone, and that can interfere with my makeup too. So this has got that nice finish that really helps the longevity of my base makeup. And as you can see, it does kind of help even out, just very subtly even out your skin tone. It adds a little luminosity to the skin. Already my skin looks a little brighter, a little healthier. Some of the uneven areas around underneath my eyes and my nose have been kind of perked up. So I'm just a really big fan of this primer. I have a real love-hate relationship with foundations, particularly. Most days I usually don't wear any makeup at all, but on the days when I do want like that little like extra like perk up, sort of look, I actually only wear concealer. Now, here's why I struggle with foundation. Usually it's like an ingredients thing. They can really, really dehydrate my skin. Like when I wear a full face of makeup, it feels like the living hydration has been sucked out of my skin. It took me a really long time to kind of like pinpoint what was going on, but it really has to do with ingredients, understanding that about skincare and understanding about makeup really is the key. The second thing is shade matching. I don't know why my skin tone is just so freaking tricky, but I am always in between two shades, and the two shades are always just a little bit too dark, or they oxidize and they look a little too orange on me, a little too tan, or they're too pale. It's really hard for me to find a happy medium. So I actually do just mix my foundation colors now, and it has solved so many problems. So I am using the foundation stick from Makeup Forever, and I use both colors Y315 and Y325. I'm going in for the lighter one, the 315, and I actually just put it on my forehead, my nose, and like my chin, just basically like the highest points kind of my face, and just like underneath my eyes, like kind of by my cheekbone. The darker shade, the 325, this one's just a little bit too warm, a little bit too tan for me, so I put it on the lower parts of my face. And if you don't like stick foundations, like putting it directly on your skin, you can put your foundation brush on it. I just feel like that wastes so much product, and these are slightly pricier foundations. So speaking of brush, I just have like a little kabuki brush here from Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna buff it into my skin. I like this better than like a sponge. I just feel like it gives you a little bit of an airier kind of finish, and it spreads and distributes the foundation a lot more evenly than sometimes I feel like the puffs can get a little cakey, especially with a foundation like this. This is pretty medium coverage that can really be built up to full coverage foundation. What I really like about this is it's got a little bit of a moist finish to it. You can probably see when I applied it that this is not a matte foundation at all. And so it agrees with my skin a lot, and it gives such a beautiful, like really glowy look to the skin. I love the finish of this. What I have to say about this foundation though is there is a bit of artificial fragrance in it. It's surprising to me because I thought this was completely fragrance free because of how it smells. You know, there's no perfuminess to this or anything like that. And in fact, if you really like pay attention to the scent, it almost has like a funky smell to it. It almost has a funky smell that would make you think there's no artificial fragrances in it. But according to the ingredients list, there is a little bit in here. This checks off so many boxes for me. Clearly, it's not irritating my skin. As I mentioned, I've been using this for over a year now as my main foundation product, with no irritation, no problems, none of that dry and tight feeling at the end of the day. So this is working out well for me. This does not contain essential oils. It does not contain drying alcohol. Other foundations I've used in the past surprisingly have contained those ingredients. You would be surprised what you can find in makeup products. Now, this one, why I think this works for me, you know, artificial fragrance aside, it does not contain any of those fragrant compounds that you'll find on ingredients like geraniol and limonene. I think I said it probably wrong, but I think you guys get the point. These are fragrant compounds that are actually like one step removed from essential oils. Those have been in foundations and in concealer products that have really wreaked havoc on my skin. So like I said, this checks off many boxes for me. It's got a great, nice, dewy finish. It's comfortable. It's breathable. It doesn't dehydrate my skin or irritate my skin. It's got the finish I like. I can basically get to a good color match between these two shades. It's working out for me so well, and I can set aside the artificial fragrance in this one because it is working for my skin. So next I'm going to go for concealer. I do like to put concealer on top of my foundation because I feel like I don't over apply my concealer if I did it just on my bare skin prior to foundation. So I'm going to use the Cover Perfection Pot Concealer from the Saem. This is shade number 2. I like this one a lot, especially for like blemishes. Or just like areas where you need heavier concealer coverage, because this is like that kind of like thick sort of concealer that you can apply on really nice layer and get really good even coverage. And I do have a little blemish here by my nose. I want to kind of cover the redness of that up. I have like twin pimples, like one here and one here, like both in the same spot but just opposite. It's like so annoying. So I'm gonna go in with a Ruby Silk Puff. You guys, I talk about these a lot. These are so handy to have packs of these on hand. This is what you would get in a cushion foundation. So you can apply your foundation with these. It gives a really beautiful finish. Just doesn't work so well with the stick application, but I use this for the concealer just to kind of help make it blend into the foundation just a little bit better. You can certainly use your fingers as well, but I just really like the finish that the Ruby Silk Puff gives, and then you don't have to get your fingers dirty. For underneath my eyes, I do like to kind of just brighten that up with concealer just a little bit, and the same would work fine. I just don't like that thick type of concealer under my eye area. I feel like it really wants to pile up in the fine lines underneath my eyes. So I like something a little bit more moist, a little bit more airy. This is also from Makeup Forever. It is their Ultra HD light capturing self-setting concealer. The color is 32. I just put a little bit underneath my eye, and I'm just gonna put a couple dots around my nose area. I have a little bit of, everybody has a little bit of natural redness right around that crease by your nose. And I'm just going to blend that in with the Ruby Silk Puff again. As you can see, this is looking really moist. I will admit this looks a lot more moist on camera than it does like face to face. I've got a big old ring light shining direct light right onto my face. So it's coming up a little bit more shiny than it looks in real life, I have to admit. But even so, I definitely need to set this down with powder. So this is the Ultra HD setting powder. This has a little bit of pigment to it. It really doesn't make my foundation darker at all, by the way. So I'm going to do my eyebrows next. I just like to fill them in and give them a little bit of emphasis. So I'm just going to brush my eyebrows first really quickly. This is just like a little spoolie brush. I'm actually a really big fan of the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow Pencil, which you've seen me use 1,000,000 times before. It's super, super affordable, and I really, really enjoy that. However, I just recently started using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade. The color's dark brown, and I really like this too. So that's what I'm going to be using today. The really only difference here between the two is the Anastasia. I think it just gives a little bit of a darker, kind of stronger brow than the Etude House. But the drawback is you have to use a brush that you have to purchase yourself. Luckily, I had a little eyebrow brush already from like an ancient Ipsy bag that was sent to me. Did anybody else used to get Ipsy bags or still do? I used to get them, but I did get a lot of my makeup brushes from Ipsy bags. So this is one. See the difference? Like, isn't that insane, the difference it makes to my face? Like, I have really, I'm not going to complain. I have really nice eyebrows, but they look better when they're filled in. And honestly, this is such a good demonstration of what I enjoy about makeup, especially as somebody who is a skincare addict. I'm not using my makeup to cover up. You know what I mean? I'm using my makeup to enhance. I'm not drawing eyebrows on that don't exist, and nothing wrong with that, by the way, but it's just a really good example of, you know, really emphasizing and really highlighting, you know, features that you have already that you really love and enjoy, and just kind of really bringing them out. That's why I like makeup, you know. I think that sometimes people definitely think that if you're into skincare, you can't be into makeup. And I just don't think that that's true. I always think about something I learned from a like vintage Michelle Phan video where she said that eyebrows are not twins. They're not meant to be identical. They're sisters, you know, they're related, but they're not identical. And so, I always think about that when I'm filling in my eyebrows. So I'm not a super big fan of like the really sculpted kind of face makeup. I think it looks amazing. I think it looks fierce, but it's not me. You know what I mean? And definitely not for every day. But I do like a little bit of powder bronzer, especially under my cheekbone and under my jawline, just to kind of give a little bit more definition to the face in a really natural looking way. This is especially good if you're going to have like some pictures taken of you. It can really make a big difference to your face. So this is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Film Star Bronze and Glow. So I'm just going to go in for the bronzer, and I just put a little bit right under my cheekbone, and a good way to figure out where that is would be to do the fish face. It's right there. And I'm going to put some just under the jawbone there. This is really good if you're somebody who has like what I call a weak jawline. And what I mean by that is like this. Like if this is just always there, put a little bit of bronzer underneath your chin. So this is just a like stiff, flat topped brush. And I'm just blending it like upwards towards my hair just to make it not such like a harsh line. But see how that kind of slims the face, and it's super, you know, it's very like natural looking. And then the jawline as well, just kind of like buffing out this way, again, towards like the ears or the hair, and then straight down. A little bit more defined, a little bit sharper. And I love this blush from Charlotte Tilbury. This is their Cheek to Chic in Ecstasy. I like the Charlotte Tilbury powder products a lot. They're very long lasting. They've got good pigment with really natural, easy colors. Okay, eyeshadow time. I always use eye primer because I do get slip and slidey on my eyelids if I don't. So this is from Urban Decay. It's their eyeshadow primer potion. I have used the cheap stuff. I've used the one from e.l.f. I've used the one from Etude House. I've used the one from everywhere. I mean, I've used them all. Para. I've used the Saem. Nothing comes close, honestly. To me, it's just worth paying for the Urban Decay one rather than keep trying to find the affordable one, because the affordable one never makes me happy. This one, it just works. All right, now the fun time. Eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is actually probably one of my favorite makeup products. Like, I just absolutely love creating eyeshadow looks. So I'm going to be using the Etude House Muhly Romance palette from their Play Color Eyes collection. This is actually brand spanking new. Peachy colors in eyeshadow is like super hot right now on both sides, in K-beauty and in Western beauty. But I find like the peachy orange shades, don't look good on my skin tone, but the peachy pink ones look really pretty. They're such a fine line. And this one has the peachy pinks that I absolutely adore. So first things first, I'm going to go with the medium brown matte shade. And I'm just going to put that into the hollow or the crease of my eye. And I do apply it a little bit darker and then just buff it out later. So it's okay if it's just looking a little crazy right now. Next, I'm going to go for like the shimmery peach shade at the bottom. And I'm going to apply this from like the center of my eyelid outwards. And I really like Etude House eyeshadows because they're really affordable and they've actually got really nice, you know, pigmentation. And they're not super powdery, you know what I mean? They are really easy to spread with good color payoff. Next, I'm going to go for the kind of glittery champagne-y pink sort of color at the top here. This is pretty, and it's not, I mean, it's shimmery. It's shimmery. There's some little micro glitters, but it's not super thick. And I'm going to apply this all over my lid. Okay, then I'm going to go in for the darkest matte brown color, and I'm just going to put it like right at the, like where my crease is, just to the outer. I am not a makeup guru. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. This is just what suits my my eye shape. So that's just gonna give it like a little nice shadow and a more lifted appearance. Okay, so I'm gonna blend everything out now because it's looking kind of crazy, right? And you can really use any brush. I just think as long as it's got like some nice stiff bristles, you're good to go. I really like this one from Real Techniques. I got it 1,000,000 years ago, like in like one of their kits of brushes, and this is just like literally my best friend. It is so good at blending out the edges of the shadow. So I'm just gonna concentrate at the top of the lines there, and I'm just gonna constantly be sweeping outwards towards my hair and really working that blending where I put that darkest color too, so that we can get a little bit more of like the natural sort of fade on this. And you can blend it out like as much as you want to play down the pigmentation and the color. I'm just gonna do a little bit more. This is really the key. I mean, this is the key to eyeshadow. This is my secret. I don't know if it's a secret. I feel like everybody is like a makeup artist these days. Everybody's so advanced in their makeup knowledge, but like this is my secret. I am going to do eyeliner, and I'm actually going to do a combination. So first I'm starting off with the MacQueen Waterproof Pencil Gel Liner. The color is number 2, and this is like a very kind of like black brown kind of an eyeliner color. And I'm just going to apply this kind of like from the center outwards, just lining my lash line. And I didn't flick it out or anything. I just stopped at the corner of my eye. And now I'm just going to go in with a eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to kind of smudge this just a little bit, just kind of soften the line. It's a very creamy gel liner pencil, so before it sets, it's very malleable. And what this does, this just creates a really soft effect right at the lash line. So it makes the eyes look a little bit more defined, a little bit bigger, but without having to go for like a thick, harsh, really dark liquid liner. Okay, so I just softened it, I smudged it. It does give some really nice definition to the eye area, but I'm gonna go one step further. Again, optional, you don't have to do this, but I like the effect of both. This is the MacQueen Waterproof Pen Eyeliner in number 1 Deep Black, and I'm gonna basically like tight line, or as tight as I can line my lash line. I don't know if I'm like the best at tight lining, but I'm just making a really thin line as close as I can to my lash line. So I'm just kind of pressing the eyeliner pen into the lash line. All right, so I'm gonna finish off the eye look with some mascara. Benefit Their Real mascara. I like this one. I've used this over the years, and it's a nice mascara. Really what I look for in mascara for my lashes is the brush that has the silicone tips on it rather than like the spoolie, full brush. Seem to be a little bit more precise, and I don't know, it just agrees with my eyelashes. I can comb through them a lot easier. I do usually go for two coats of mascara. I just like I like a good big eye look, and I feel like 2 coats of mascara really helps me achieve that. So I'm just gonna go in for a second coat. Okay, we're not quite done yet, although my eyes are like, boom, they're awake, they're alive, right? I always feel so good after I put mascara on because it's like, wow. I'm going to do my lips now. So I'm going to go in for the 3CE Take a Layer Multi-Pot. I love this stuff. I've talked about this before. This is the color Hollyhock, and these are cool because you can use this on your lips, you can use it on your cheeks, you can use it on your eyelids. Like, it's a multi-use, but I particularly like this one on my lips. So I like this color a lot. I wear it in a lot of my videos. It's really long lasting too on the lips. It's not really like a full-on lip product. And what I mean by that is it's not going to have like a moisturizing effect or a matte effect or anything like that. I actually think it has a really nice sort of, I guess, like a velvet sort of finish to it, but I do like to put just a touch of gloss on top of it. Laneige Glowy Lip Balm. You know I'm a huge fan of the sleeping mask that comes in the pot. This is the closest that you can get to carrying this around with you. You know what I mean? The formulation, it's similar. It's not quite the same, but it's pretty similar. And it has a nice, pretty balmy gloss look to it, so it's not like full on glass lip. Is that a thing? So it took me a lot longer to talk through and walk through that makeup look than it does to actually apply it like in real life. This makeup about 10 minutes maybe to do the whole look. So that's the look. I hope you guys liked it. You know, it's really soft, it's very feminine, it's very me, but even though I am wearing a full face of makeup, I still feel like me. I don't feel like I covered anything up. I still feel like my skin is shining through. All that hard work I do with my skincare products is not going unmissed, you know, and my skin feels like it can breathe. It doesn't feel oppressed in thick layers of makeup. And that's really the key to finding the balance, at least for me, between skincare addiction and makeup love. So definitely let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. You know, it's a little bit different for me, but I can definitely do more makeup type of videos if there's interest in it. So definitely let me know if you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it but you haven't hit subscribe yet, please consider subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new videos every single week, and turn on notifications because sometimes it's 3 new videos a week, so you don't want to miss out on any bonus videos from me. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I can't wait to talk to you in the next video. Bye.